Hello there, it's Hasme here, and this morning I'd like to talk about Honeycomb and Echoes of Mana. There's already been tier lists and reroll guides around, everyone with a different opinion on which 4-star character should you focus on. But in my opinion, Echoes of Mana actually has quite a few 3-star and even 2-star characters that I believe are quite powerful and can be used as a replacement if you did not get a 4-star, such as Bo Serafina instead of Duran. I'll also make more guides and character reviews for Echoes of Mana, so subscribe to stay tuned. But in this video, I'd like to focus on Honeycomb, a brand new character introduced in Echo's story, a grumpy wannabe grown-up boy who in secret has a heart of gold and charming personality. While Honeycomb is a 2-star character, he's actually, in my opinion, one of the strongest healers in the game right now, and being a 2-star allows us to ascend him and unleash him quite easily, especially if you're lucky with his dupes like I was, making him a +5. With that said, it's absolutely not required and is not really helping too much to unleash him for the purposes of being a healer, but it does feel good. Now, Honeycomb has 2 skills in combat: Healing Crescent, an on-ground circle AoE healing that stays there for 10 seconds and heals for 20% of his intelligence every second. Though I think it is a bug and it's supposed to be 20% of everyone's maximum health, which would be much better. His second skill is Prismify, which is a status ailment cure for poison and sleep, which are currently the most annoying and relevant status ailments anyway, so super useful. Now, the healing circle is argued to be bad by some since it's a small circle and requires precision, which is true, and I do not recommend it for autoplay. But for manual play, like most mages in the game with its current AI, it's incredibly powerful. It's very easy to guess where your AI teammates will be standing, especially in boss fights, and you can easily pre-place circles to prepare for AoE hits or boss burst phases, and the circle can actually out-heal certain mechanics. So for once, the dumb AI is actually useful, since you can guess where they will be standing. The most important part why I think Honeycomb is amazing is that he does not need to stay on the battlefield. You can swap in Honeycomb, place a circle or two, and swap back, while his valuable healing stays. What this means is that you also don't need to spend ungodly amount of resources to make Honeycomb useful. All you need is to boost his intelligence as far up as you can to increase his healing amount through memory orbs, mana board, and gear. You can actually ignore all other mana board apart from MP and intelligence until much later when you think you have the resources to max him out, and he will still be incredibly powerful despite his low overall power number, since his healing is not affected by power scaling. To level up his mana board, Honeycomb actually requires moon upgrade materials, which are unavailable in dungeons. I've already seen confusion on how to acquire these special elements, and the game is not very straightforward about them. But you can trade your dark element materials for Luna materials at the trader for 1/1 price. I also love to use the fairy boss memory orb on him that regenerates his MP when he is field inactive. So once he is swapped back to support slot, his MP is actually being regenerated, so I can use his healing more. My Honeycomb has already made my life significantly easier in the game. I can use his healing in between stages to have my burst healer Sumo's MP for when I really need them, or he has healed back my party from almost 0 during tougher boss fights. Though I think there is a bug currently, as my heals sometimes stick for almost 400 with no explanation, and I think the game uses my Popoy's intelligence, but it's quite inconsistent. In fact, I think Honeycomb's healing is supposed to heal 20% of everyone's maximum health, which will make him even better if that's true and they fix him. My Honeycomb currently heals for 124 health per second for 10 seconds with 620 intelligence, which is already a lot of healing for me, and I still haven't fully invested in him. I could see getting around 250 health per second with him with a little bit of gear grind, and if I were to give him my Sumo's The Tale Begins memory orb that increases healing done by 30%, his circle could tick for up to 330 health per second on everyone standing in it. Honeycomb being good is not a secret, but his real usefulness and effectiveness is still somewhat underutilized, since most are still focusing on their main 3 characters or just 4-star characters. But Honeycomb is one of the best second slot support characters in the current stage of the game, with, in my opinion, both Serafina and Lucius and their Constitution and Spirit debuffs that I've been using to boost my main team without actually having to invest into the character's power. If you haven't tried him, I really recommend leveling up Honeycomb and give him a support slot, especially if you like manually playing with your characters. What other 2 or 3-star characters have you all tried out? Let me know if you have others you would really like to play as, but for now, that's all I wanted to show you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.